I wanted to wait a few days to do this. Yeah, my acne is horrible. But almost a week ago, tomorrow will make it a week. Hair. A young man named Elliot Rogers went on a little rampage, killed his roommates, and randomly shot at people at UC Santa Barbara in California. This young man came from a prominent family. And was just very, very troubled. His primary target was women in general. And then the manifesto came out that he wrote. It was like 141 pages that he sent to 8 different people, including his parents, and his parents were too late to stop what he did. There was a lot of self-hate in it because he was half Asian. His roommates were Asian, and he stabbed them to death, and including a friend of one of his roommates. And 3 other students were killed, 2 women and a man. Before he started shooting, he had knocked on the door of a sorority. This shooting, an act of violence, brought a lot of people together on Twitter to start a hashtag called Yes All Women, and a lot of women came forward to tell their own experiences because they felt like this event gave them this opportunity to do it. And more information came out about this young man who in turn killed himself after crashing his car under fire from the police. I mean, a lot of it is just general hatred for women because he was rejected. He's like, I have money, I have looks, yet I still get rejected. I get rejected. And so he had just a ton of anger towards women. And he was getting quite a bit of support from men rights groups and different websites that are very misogynistic toward, and violent towards women. And even now, some of the papers, they're like he was 22 and a virgin, and he felt alone because he was still a virgin. He had no idea that there are a lot of young men, even at his age, that are still virgins. But he felt entitled to women's bodies too. And this is something that is a very common theme in our society. It's not so much about rape culture and a culture, it's a societal thing. It's something that is beyond, modern. I still feel like the concept of rape culture is too modern because the definition of culture is a modern concept, because the use of rape to possess and use as power over women has been going on for thousands of years. So, damn eyelashes. I didn't get a lot of sleep. My sleep habits are all messed up. So, there was a peak time of a lot of women and even men using the hashtag #YesAllWomen. And then, I think what's today is Thursday, then Tuesday apparently. I missed when it started. Someone started a hashtag #YesAllWhiteWomen. And I guess it came off and got a lot of, angry and just a lot of, the typical response when you bring in race to it. And then it changed, and I'm like, why would it change? Yes, all women had to do with all of us and what we all go through, and opening up dialogue for everyone to express what they go through. By changing it to about race, you're saying, it's sort of like, Victim Olympics, whatever they call it, Oppression Olympics, trying to do that. White people get accused of doing the Oppression Olympics, but it's just, when this hashtag started, it had been revealed to the news. I don't know why. I don't know who and why. And I would have hoped it had been redacted. But there was a girl named in the manifesto of this guy. This primary person, young woman that started this in this young man. He blamed her, sort of for all of this anger towards women. And she was the archetype blonde woman. I mean, his focus was towards blonde women. And the fact that her name and her image got leaked on Tuesday evening, and then this hashtag starts, makes me feel like there are people who want to dismiss that exists, that there are people out there who are targeting white women for crimes. A blonde, blue-eyed woman for crimes. The fact that the media sort of jumps on it and forgets about women of color and children of color who are victims of similar crimes is not my fault. And to lash out at the public who have no monetary investment to a news organization and how they report crimes is just, it's lowball, and it's also a form of bigotry. So when I first saw it, I was just this hashtag, I was offended because I've been just kind of remembering how much I have been a target of hate in my life based on whatever. I look a lot like my mother. My father hates me. He literally wants nothing to do with me. I mean, and he is supposed to be someone who's supposed to love you and protect you. and he just could care less. And I've been targeted for, at the time, large breasts. It's a feature that my attacker, who tried to sexually assault me when I was 20, looking all but 13, tried to attack me, and he got away with it. I mean, anytime I've been on Twitter to talk about how I had been targeted, it gets taken away somehow. And it's one of the reasons why I've gone to therapy at to the Boston Area Rape Crisis Center, because there might be one woman of color who will sit there on Twitter and saying, well, that's not what we're trying to do, but behind her is 9 others who are willing to take that away from me and say that I've always had access to justice, and other white women have had access to justice. Well, there are 400,000 plus rape kits that say that's bullshit. And when you have this division among women, the men's rights movement wins.